Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron. The podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Hello, everyone.
Hey. Hello, everybody.
We have a lot of cool stuff coming up.
Yes.
2 bonus episodes are coming your way pretty soon.
Wowzer. Oh, yeah.
We've got one that we're going to be doing in downtown Lakeland with about 7,000 people.
That one is the scary one.
I'm really excited about it, but I'm also a little bit nervous.
Yeah, because 5,000 we can handle.
Right. That's our cap, traditionally.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think for me, it's not even the 7,000. I think it's 7,000 with holiday spirit added into
I
it.
see what you're saying.
Right. So what we're doing is we're going to be downtown Lakeland,
right,
sitting on a couch.
Come on, our couch.
Inviting, our green couch, inviting people to sit down with us and tell us their Florida man story.
Honestly, now that we really talk it out, it sounds like a complete mistake.
You think so?
Yeah,
it's going to be a blessing. We've signed the contract. It's non-negotiable.
We will have 7,000 people on this couch
in a line.
But you know what, though? We have this couch because of Swan City Modern.
Yes.
Just fantastic partners who have come on board to help sponsor our brand new studio.
Yep. It's incredible.
So you can see the couch if you tune into those specials, right?
Yeah. So if you're on Patreon, it's patreon.com/FMOFM podcast. And that's where you can see us live. Mm-hmm. You can see us with our brand new cameras, brand new set, our brand new couch. And it's just
you can brand new attitudes.
Well, I do feel like an attitude of gratitude from Cameron.
God, that's what I've been saying all week in my head. I just didn't know how to say it out loud.
And then we have another bonus episode coming up with Josh's father.
Oh, yes. Duke Dollars. Wisdom by Duke Dollars?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like a fireside
We're still fleshing
chat.
it out. Yeah.
Christmas with Duke.
Yep.
Either way, you guys are going to be blessed. And then we have headlines coming up here in about 17 seconds.
Oh, the best part.
Ooh, yeah, they're
best
good
part of the
tonight.
show.
Okay, headlines. All right, our first headline. We have a Florida woman who is accused of walking to a home, not her own home, not a home that she knows about, knows anybody inside of this home either. She goes inside.
Stranger's home. You can say stranger's home.
Okay, she walks into a stranger's home.
Okay.
Allegedly, and takes off her clothing.
Okay.
All of it. It says all of her clothing comes off. And then she goes to the homeowner and starts hugging the homeowner and sitting on the lap of not only the homeowner, but multiple people who are in the house. Some are elderly. She just starts sitting on laps and giving out free hugs.
Well, is this a bachelor party or one of these events?
It doesn't say anything about that, but it's possible that she mixed up the strange home.
God, I've been in that
she was
same
supposed
situation.
to be at. On which side of it?
Both.
Okay, so you've been in a home and a stranger has come in and sat on your lap and hugged you.
Yeah. That was better than the opposite. It was much better than the opposite.
Where you went to somebody else's house and hugged them.
And I was like, I'll sneak in. Don't worry.
Right.
Here's the thing, though. Since when did we start frowning upon
nudity,
friendship, and hugs?
I don't think there's anything to frown upon. No. I'm just here reporting what's happening.
I feel like the hard hand of the law has come down on this lady. Is that what happened?
She didn't get arrested.
The hard law of her foot came down on the police officer who tried to arrest her when they got her. Stomped on his kicked him in the chest. Okay.
Whoa.
The police officer.
Was he short or is she flexible?
I think she's flexible. She doesn't have any clothing like bounding her up.
I see what you're saying.
So
that's what keeps my legs together.
That's exactly what does it. And so, anyways, she was arrested on 3 counts of battery on elderly, 2 counts of battery on the law enforcement officer, and 1 of resisting arrest.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, $48,000 bond for walking into a strange house and hugging some people, and then kicking a cop.
Here's the thing. She got out easy on that one. Because
I think so.
Most Florida homes are packing.
That's what's weird, man. I honestly, just reading through this article, I felt like there's more there. She kind of knew them, or something weird was going on where she didn't act like she was supposed to, so they just claimed they didn't know her.
I agree.
I think you're onto something. If you're going to rob a house,
yes,
do it in the nude.
Right.
Yeah. Why? Why?
So when the cops come, you can say, well, I'm a little out of my mind.
No, nobody's going to shoot a nude person walking into your house.
I think they definitely would.
I don't think so.
I think your chances go significantly higher.
Really?
Yeah, if someone comes into my house fully clothed, I can maybe assume
they
just are in the wrong house.
Okay.
If they come in naked, I assume danger is happening.
Well, what if they give you a hug?
I see what you're saying.
Well, then I put the gun away in his face.
Every now and then, though, there are headlines where it seems like not on our end, but on the article's end, there's a piece missing.
Right.
Like there's just not enough to connect the dots. And that's so it's hard for us to place the appropriate blame.
Okay. Like, where's her car?
Listen, nobody's asking you to blame anybody. I'm here just reporting to you guys.
You report, we assign blame.
All right. So who's at fault?
The cops.
Okay, perfect. Next one. We have Florida man stabs a woman in the head.
Okay, that. All right.
Well,
who's to blame?
The cops.
Okay. The knife?
Florida man stabs a woman in the head with a fork.
Okay.
The fork?
Because of an undercooked potato.
What?
All right. Well.
Okay. Well.
I've never had a bad potato.
There we go.
Okay. Well, here's the thing.
Say it.
You've cooked a lot of potatoes in your life.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, you probably haven't at all.
No.
You've probably just eaten a lot of potatoes.
My wife makes a lot of potatoes.
His wife makes good
this
potatoes.
This guy's on a kick over here.
Yeah, he's really.
Here's the thing, though. All right. Have you ever had... Josh, Wayne apparently hasn't.
Yep.
Have you ever had like an undercooked potato?
Once a week.
Once a week?
Really?
Yeah. I get potato wedges.
From where? Like a fireside in the woods?
Any drive-through has a potato product.
Not undercooked.
Who undercooks a French fry?
I don't want to shame.
We always
get naming and shaming.
Bro,
here.
anytime a food is mentioned in his like headlines, we go off the rail for 5 minutes.
All right. Well, here's the thing. This is a baked potato, like a full potato. It's not Frenched at all.
Okay.
Right.
And so you have a full potato that's undercooked, and those things are hard. I mean, it's like eating a root, and so
I guess
I get what that's what it is. It's a tubular vegetable.
I like it. I like it all.
And so, anyways,
so specific?
That's what it is. And so he, gets upset, stabs this woman in the forehead.
Is this the server?
Man, multiple times, which is gruesome. But anyways,
you didn't have to say that.
What? Gruesome?
Yeah.
No, the multiple times part.
Okay, well.
Because when you do it one time, it's comical. Like a...
You know
like
what
the
would
fork
have
stuck in her head. You know what I mean?
Oh, like a
if
cartoon.
If you would have taken that fork stabbing, put it in the potato.
That's the technique. I think he was trying to say this is how you prepare the potato.
Yes. Okay.
Next headline. We have a Florida woman who takes an F-150, decides to sell this F-150.
That's fine.
To a junkyard.
Seller's market right now.
She's trying to get from a recycling company, just like junk price for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just junk the car.
I need to turn this over quick.
It's a quick flip, right? She gets $300 for the F-150. Which is really low because I think even an F-150 that's not working, you can
anything with wheels should be
way more than that.
Yeah.
And so anyway,
as junk men ourselves,
she probably got ripped off a little bit. But her neighbor also got ripped off because it was his F-150. So she basically calls the recycling company, says, "Hey, I have an F-150. Can you please come tow it and give me a junkyard price for it?" It doesn't say the year, but the picture looks pretty nice.
Wait, did they fall for it?
It could be stock photo, though.
Okay.
Did they fall for it?
Did who fall for what?
They junked it. Yeah, it's a cube now.
Yeah, dude. They came and picked it up, towed it away, and it's their car.
Okay, dude, that's crazy to me that I could just call right now on my neighbor and there's a red truck over there. Can we
and the thing about
the
junkyard thing is that they can cancel the title of the truck.
That seems like a lot of power.
I've said that for a while now. Junkyards have too much authority.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know what you were referencing. I didn't know it was like this. It had a basis and
they canceled out the title, junked it for $300.
Does that mean they don't owe anything on it, or they don't even own it?
They don't have any debt anymore. It's wiped out.
Wow.
No, the neighbor ended up reporting it stolen, and I think they traced it back. I'm pretty sure he got it back. It doesn't say that though. I would assume. Maybe it was I don't think they would cube it because it wasn't junk.
He woke up debt free.
Right.
Just like Easter.
What a blessing.
Yeah. So it really is a blessing.
Just like Easter.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I think it's a good story.
It's a Catholic joke.
All right. Next headline we have some Florida teens. This one's weird, man.
It's going to be rough whenever he does that. When he does a raspberry, it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
Florida teens in Tampa. And when I say teens, like hundreds. Hundreds of children.
Okay.
They were at one of those trampoline parks.
God,
cool.
In Tampa.
Bounce.
Yeah, this is called Sky Zone. Sky Zone Trampoline Park.
Yeah.
Which those things stress me out, man. I went to one of them for a kid's birthday party. I won't say whose.
No.
But it was a kid's birthday party. I was stressed the whole time.
Oh, I left within 20 minutes.
I only got there with 20 minutes left for the playtime because I was just like, I knew I couldn't handle it, but I needed to make an appearance.
I remember being at that party and I watched you try to jump and your knees buckled instantly.
I didn't jump at all.
No, you got
trust me, we saw it.
I think I fell.
No, you have to lock your knees on trampoline.
Right. So anyways, hundreds of children start brawling.
That's
in the
what
middle
I'm
of
talking
one
about.
of nobody knows what happened where like some little fight turned into a massive brawl involving hundreds of children at a trampoline park. And there's this video of all these kids, like mostly teenagers, but some kids, like the person that kind of wrote into this article was saying that her kid was 9 years old, but somehow didn't get involved.
Oh, bull crap.
He probably got drop kicked.
Yeah, 100%.
I would be drop kicking everybody.
Oh, God, what?
God, yes, please.
So anyways, nobody knows what started the fight, but they basically, the video shows all these kids start jumping into this fight and start throwing punches. And then the security guards are trying to throw kids off of each other and like toss them into the trampoline.
But they're just going to bounce back?
They just bounce right back. I think they're stronger at that point too.
For sure.
They come back stronger and just more children every time it bounces.
So all these kids went to jail?
Oh yeah, every single one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't lock kids up for bouncing though.
No, actually nobody got charged in it because they don't know what happened. Like they can't
find who's guilty.
Exactly. I mean, they're all guilty, obviously. But,
right. Even the 9-year-old.
Oh, especially. So this Florida man, it's really just Florida in general. Florida residents staged the annual, which I've never heard of this before, so that's why I'm just talking about it.
So no credibility here.
The annual burning of the hurricane warning flags on this week, Tuesday, because it marks the end of tropical weather season.
Right.
Which I've never heard of this, but it's like an annual thing.
Do the flags change every year?
In the Keys? No, I guess, they have to order new ones.
Okay.
Well, all of them say the current year on it.
It seems wasteful.
Let's guess who this is set up by. Flag company.
Josh,
big flag.
Can you please describe the tropical weather flag for us?
Oh, they're all pyramid shaped.
Okay, wrong.
Yep.
With flames on them.
Wayne's turn. Go ahead.
It's an orange triangle.
So it's actually a red square with a black square in the middle of it.
Okay.
Well, that was last year, though. This year, it's the triangles. 2021?
This guy doesn't even research his own headlines.
So they burn it every year and design a new one.
Yeah.
So anyways, they were burning it because November 30th is like the end of hurricane season.
Well, we celebrate.
Perfect time for a secret hurricane.
Yeah, I mean, we did celebrate. I mean,
you know how boring hurricanes are? Like the only way
he's about to roast hurricanes right now.
The only reason why I knew the season ended.
Be careful on this one.
No, I won't. The only reason why I knew that the season ended is because a foreigner, someone outside of Florida, told me so. I'm like, bro, we don't even talk about hurricanes in Florida. Like, we had no idea it was even
until the day before.
Yeah, like when it's about to show up, you make sure you have bottles of water or something.
I don't even know why, because water doesn't go out.
I don't get more thirsty in a hurricane.
Unless you have well water.
Yeah.
Anyways,
stupid.
Our next headline, we have Antonio Brown, which Josh knows all about.
Big fan,
Brown.
Professional horseshoer?
Pretty close.
Like he was able to horse like 5 shoes.
Exactly, in like a minute.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he beat the other record.
I don't know why just one horse gets one shoe done.
I don't either. It's a weird
The
sport.
other one gets 4.
It's a weird sport.
Anyways, Antonio Brown from the Buccaneers.
The Bucking Broncos.
Yep, him and the safety Mike Edwards got suspended for 3 games.
Okay.
This is like breaking news. This just happened.
No.
Were they at a Sky trampoline zone?
Yes, they started the brawl. Everybody's talking about this right now because they got suspended for 3 games in the middle of a great season for the Bucs.
Yeah.
They do play for the Bucs though?
Huh?
They're Bucs players?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, yes, they are football players for the Buccaneers. And so they got suspended because they faked their COVID-19 vaccination cards, which is insane when you are a celebrity of that caliber. That how do you not think you're going to get caught for that?
There's a level of just like
hubris,
cognitive, like you know what I'm saying, the dissonance. Whenever you're so famous, where you're just like, I can do whatever I want.
Right.
That one fella. No, I'm not going to make that comparison.
There he goes.
I'm not going to make the comparison.
And if you've seen those cards, I mean, they don't have like a hologram or anything on them.
No, I mean, you could just write it. You can print them out, I think.
Bingo.
Yeah, they're just laminated.
Well, in the crazy thing about it, I mean, they got suspended without pay, so it's like cost them $200,000 or something like that, which I thought was kind of low.
I got my fake COVID card for like $50.
Okay. So
you paid
anyways,
$50?
cost them like $183,000 because they get paid $60,000 for each game, which I thought I was actually surprised how low it was. Yeah. But it's also a felony.
Oops.
Well, yeah.
Well, so Wayne, where did you say?
Yeah.
Come again?
How much was the one that
$49, he said.
Where at?
For what?
The fake COVID card. You said, I got my fake COVID card. You want to replay that?
Yeah. Let's bring it back.
My fake COVID card.
Let's cut to music and we'll just loop it for a second.
Hey, everybody.
Joshua.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, fellas.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. So we are approaching that time we like to call the new year.
That's right.
It's been adopted throughout the world.
Right.
Time for growth.
If you follow the Roman calendar, that's fine.
Bingo. Yep.
Go ahead.
And you know we're big advocates.
That's right. Big Romans.
Calendar. Yeah.
Yep.
And every year I like to have a sit down with you guys.
Yeah.
And say, where do I need to improve?
I love this.
Friendship wise.
This could get really
personality wise.
embarrassing for you in just a minute.
Look at me.
He texted us at 3 a.m. and said, fix me.
Yeah. Well, I sent you that Coldplay song.
Fix me.
Yeah.
Now,
is that what it's called?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
This is where we get to basically say there are some habits in your life.
Or some grievances, maybe personality deficiencies.
So that you can go into the next year, 2022, just your best self.
On an uptick.
Uptick.
Perfect.
I think
if you can even think of them, obviously don't stress yourself.
Nothing comes to mind
Thank you.
except
there we
for...
go. Wayne?
You want me to start? Or when?
I
got a list.
Cameron's ready to fire him off.
Okay.
Josh, I'm going to start with a compliment.
Thank you. Please make it about my looks.
Okay. Well, the looks of your clothing has vastly improved recently.
That is true.
And I don't mean your fashion because it hasn't, but
he's got a cardigan on right now.
Well, it does look pretty good.
Thank you. It's brand new. It's out of the bag.
It's he's sweating though while he's wearing it. So.
Okay, well that's a normal reaction.
So here's the thing though,
it's wool.
Your clothes are looking super fresh and crisp.
Thank you.
And just like clean line. I mean, I feel like you used to come to the studio just a little wrinkly sometimes.
Yeah. Yep.
Well not anymore.
I look like a bag of Sun Chips.
Right.
Well, the
just
crinkly.
glistening.
You used to.
Right. Yeah, used to.
Now you're a perfect glaze.
Wow.
So now I just, we had this conversation the other day where I was like, dude, what's different about you?
Right.
So many things.
And you told us that you started steaming your clothes.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about...
I bought a steamer.
Right.
It came highly reviewed.
Yeah.
From the buyers on Amazon.
Right.
And I've been like hanging my clothes and steaming them.
Okay. Which we're proud of you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
When did you start, during this process of starting steaming, when did you start hanging them on hangers?
Well, the first article of clothing I hung on a hanger, but I missed a spot.
Okay.
If I can be completely honest.
Okay.
And I was on my way out the door.
Right.
And just grabbed it. It had a little puff left.
Little wrinkle.
Yep. And a little puff of steam. So I got the wrinkle out.
So Josh was wearing this shirt.
Yes.
Decides to steam it. I don't know if the thought process didn't go straight to I'm spraying hot steam.
Well,
boiling
it didn't
steam.
seem like real steam to me, if I'm honest.
Yeah, to steam something, the water has to boil, correct?
That is. I looked it up.
Scientifically.
It's always that.
So Josh has third-degree burns on his chest,
yes.
is what we're getting to, because he decided to steam the shirt while he was wearing it.
Now here's the thing.
This is true, but it looks cool.
Which part?
The shirt looks cool, but your fourth and fifth and sixth nipple doesn't, because he sent a picture to the group chat.
There's 3
where
spots.
It looks like 3 nips in a row.
Right in a row.
And at first I was like, okay, hot. Who's this?
Amen. Yes,
and then
thank you. Yeah.
He goes, "It's me, Josh.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the wound from my steamer."
These are the 2 and the 3 new ones.
He literally has 3
like going
dots.
home.
Yeah, on his chest from where he steamed himself, right through the shirt.
You literally punished yourself.
Well, I was okay. I have nothing to say.
We feel like you're sacrificing yourself for fashion.
That's the thing. So here's the problem. Okay, and here's what you need to fix.
Perfectionism.
Yep, that's exactly right. Don't worry about the way that the world sees you.
Come on.
Yeah.
Because you're hurting yourself
by
trying to conform to the ideals of the world.
Wow. This is a strong
We can talk about it a little bit later.
So we're good here then?
I think that's
Let's go to the main story,
point,
Wayne.
the first point that we had. Wayne, if you want to...
Sometimes whenever you're hitting on ladies...
Is this... No.
I wasn't going to bring this one up.
I'm going to bring it up. We were filming
this
a
even
special.
happen a lot?
Listen, we were filming a special a couple weeks ago, and we were at the rec room, shout out, and there was a young lady, beautiful young lady,
never heard of her,
came up to you, and you said, and this is a quote, "What's on your face?"
That's not a great start, my guy.
Is it not? May I pull the room? Girls that are in the room? If I said, "What's on your face?" in a friendly manner...
They're shaking their head no. Our executive team is with us right now, and they're all shaking their head no.
What was the thought process?
She not? Well, the memory's kind of blurry.
What did you see? What did you see that made
you glisten?
Okay.
I saw a glisten in an odd spot.
Right, which is fine.
And so the natural thing to say is,
"What's on your face?"
Hey, what's on your face?
Okay. She said it's my piercing, and you said I thought it was a mole.
I thought it was
my gosh.
Well, that part I said inside, but then it came out. And I thought it was like...
So saying it inside first didn't made you think I probably shouldn't say that?
No, it didn't stop.
Okay.
It was inside and then out in one swoop.
Right.
I thought she had a nice mole with a dot of glitter on it, and that would have been cute too.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
But she said it was...
She just got back from a rave.
Yep.
And you just wanted a compliment.
I
have another dating one.
It was a dermal, she told me.
Oh, we're going to move on to the next one.
One time, Josh and I, we were at a barbecue restaurant.
More than one?
Yeah. And our waitress, she was lovely, and she came over, and Josh made a comment.
Okay.
He said there's barbecue.
And I usually don't hit on wait staff.
He doesn't, but he said there's barbecue and everything. And she said, "Not on me." And he said, "Not yet." And he winked at her.
Well, she opened the door.
These
are barn doors,
You
baby.
closed it super fast.
You closed that hard.
Yeah.
What was your
Can
thought?
I say this though? Because I want to compliment Sandwich.
She was starting her shift. I assumed by the end of her shift, barbecue would spill on her.
Okay.
Right.
At the beginning of this segment,
yeah,
Cameron gave you a compliment. You're doing well. Your fashion looks great.
Okay.
In the middle, we gave you criticism. I want to close this part with another compliment and just say, that barbecue one worked because she was like in it, my guy.
What we get? Yeah, we got free corn taters.
No, we got a 50% discount, and then I realized she just charged me for everything.
You're
You got
welcome,
everything for free.
You're welcome.
So that worked for you. So well done.
Yeah,
we just want you to dial it in. Maybe not come out of the gate so aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah. You're
Tighten
doing
it up.
okay.
Which part of those were aggressive? Both?
Probably. I want to pour barbecue sauce on you.
Yeah. And what's that on your face?
Well, okay. I can see where I was mistaken.
Speaking of food real fast.
Huh.
Okay.
The way you eat food
God, I do love food though.
Yeah, but the way you eat food is dangerous.
How so? I eat it in the mouth hole.
Well, that's the correct place, but the timing of it can be dangerous.
I eat it at mealtime.
And I feel like this came up on a bonus episode.
Can I tag team this with you?
Absolutely.
I've never seen somebody
so 2 critiques
taste test of food faster than Josh.
It's not even taste test.
I'm sorry.
Josh will take a boiling pot of soup and just spoon it right into his mouth.
He leans in tongue first.
We saw this guy take a chicken pot pie
from King State.
That was put right in front of him. And the server says, don't eat it yet.
It just came out of the oven.
It just came out of the oven.
That's what they want you to do, not eat it yet.
Yeah, because it's a liability issue.
Okay, think about this. You're the chef, right?
Right.
You're cooking, you go, that's done.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best time to eat it. By the time it gets to me and waits 10 minutes, it's overcooked.
But it hurts you.
It didn't.
No,
there's no way it doesn't.
Okay. Well, the tip of my tongue, yes.
You were puffing lava smoke out of your mouth, like
that's
trying
so
to,
true.
Trying to cool
You could have
it
steamed
off.
your clothes with that.
Wow. Okay. So that's only happened a few times. the burning of
A
the
day?
tongue on hot
Right.
food.
That's a daily experience.
But I do the same with ice cold things. So it's like a balance.
All we're saying is we want you going into 2022. We just want you to be careful.
Think a little bit, I think is what we're getting
Okay.
at.
Okay.
Think before you jump.
That
Think
one
before
seems,
you
that one seems a little broad.
think before you talk.
Think before I talk.
Think before you steam.
Think before I steam.
Think before you eat.
God bless.
I think that sums it up.
That's good. That's perfect.
Willy Mabel was 10 years old when he first saw his
close.
father kill a man.
Oh my.
Well, okay.
Okay, back up. Start it again for me real quick. I just need a process.
That's a strong way to
when
start
he
the story.
It
Yeah.
is super strong.
First saw.
Feels like a headline.
Yep. Willy Mabel was 10 years old when he first saw his father kill a man. I'm going to back it up a little bit because I should probably provide some context for you guys.
Right.
Ideally.
I can tell that you're sensitive about this, so I'm going to go ahead and back it up a little bit. From the beginning, Willy Mabel was born in 1883 near Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Love it. Do we
Okay.
want to start guessing the years
That's a better.
again?
That's better than
Go ahead, Josh. Hit him.
1883. How old would he be if he's still alive?
157?
240 something.
The Mabel
Between the
family,
something.
they were your typical frontier people, just trying their absolute best to survive in the Florida wilderness.
Everybody
Okay.
was.
Just,
I mean, that's
just-
literally your job.
that's all you
is
got to
to
do is
stay
survive.
alive.
Just
Yeah.
stay alive. Willie's father, Alfred Mabel, had traveled south into Florida in the 1870s in hopes of more land and more opportunities.
Well, that's here, baby.
And so when they arrive in Florida, they decide to try and homestead on 4 acres just outside of Polk County.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Kind of picked the wrong spot of the
Yeah.
state, I feel like, but that's okay.
Unfortunately, like Cameron was saying, the land was too dry to farm and the citrus market was already cornered. So this left the Mabel family with very little options.
Okay.
And so Willie's father, Alfred, decided to do what a lot of folks did, which was turn towards herding cattle.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So away from the growing of plants and just let's buy
Yeah,
some
no,
cows.
just-
Right. So,
Physically
let's do it that
herding
way.
cattle.
well, and at this time, at herding, HERD.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they're not
I thought-
bullying cows.
It,
Well,
it did
that's
say
a-
like hurting.
That's
Yeah.
a relief because I
Doesn't
thought,
sound like it.
who would even
A cow
watch?
bully.
Who would watch that?
Right.
Who's going to pay to watch?
Well, at this time in our state, there were like 2 major industries,
Yeah.
okay? Like citrus and cattle. Those
Okay.
were like the 2 things you can get
Still
behind.
is.
Well, yeah, but back
Disney.
then, it was very like these were your middle class to lower middle class options if you couldn't farm. So Willy Mabel grew up the son of a cattle herder. Now, just to clarify, Willie's family didn't own any cattle. Okay, so
Yeah,
his
he
father,
he hurt other people's cattle.
right? So his father was working for wealthy men who would have like 700 to 800 heads of cattle, and he would basically take care of them,
Okay.
move them to and fro. That was his job
Yeah.
to kind of herd the
Cows
cattle.
love to move.
A very difficult job. But what made it even more difficult were the politics attached to the cattle industry.
Okay.
This is
I'm
an
not a-
area I'm going to plead ignorance.
right.
actually.
Same.
Okay, so
I'd love
in-
to learn more though.
I'll give it to you. In the late 1800s in Florida, the cattle industry looked a lot like the modern day mafia.
Okay.
Again, I'm going to plead ignorance.
Okay, so the folks
I
who
know a little
owned
bit more about that.
the folks who owned these cattle companies, they had
Okay.
a ton of money,
Yep.
and they would use it to manipulate like literally everything in their favor.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And so if money didn't work, they would then resort to violence.
Oh, okay. I'm familiar.
So in fact, like many of the men who herded cattle for these guys, like Willie's dad, Alfred,
Yep.
they would often moonlight as enforcers and like beat up
Oh,
members of
geez.
rival cattle gangs.
Oh my gosh.
This sounds amazing.
And okay, so I do want to pause here and give some more context. Because I want to explain how these cattle companies work so that you have the right mindset going into the story.
Okay.
Basically, a rich guy would own a bunch of cattle,
Yep.
Right.
and then he would hire poor folks to herd the cattle.
Okay.
And
Well, if
then
you
they
paid
would
them fairly, they wouldn't be poor anymore.
That's my very next line.
Wow.
He would purposely underpay them
Okay.
Well,
so
there
that
it
they
is.
would always be in need of income.
Yes.
And then when their families were like borderline starving, these rich folks would be like, hey, I'll tell you what, we'll give you extra money if you go rough up these guys at the saloon.
Right.
So they
Okay,
kind of forced them
wow.
into poverty
Fun.
and then
Into
in turn,
violence.
made them like, you know, like debt collectors or whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, violent people.
They're desperate.
Right, they were. And since these cattle companies were like always at war over territory,
Okay.
violence was like an everyday fact of life. This is just how things went.
Okay.
In fact, it was considered very like unintelligent to show up to a normal day of cattle herding without carrying multiple firearms.
What are they fighting over? The cows or the land?
The land, because you need the land to the grow and also like
feed your cow.
to feed the cow. Right, exactly. So unfortunately, for our man, Willy Mabel, this was a situation his father, Alfred, found himself in. He was in debt, needing extra money, and selling his muscle for violence.
Okay.
Wow. Story of my life.
I know. So I feel like you guys have a proper cushion now.
Yeah.
Right.
So
now
I would
let's talk about killing somebody.
I would like to
different
try
cattle herds and people fighting for those
cattle gangs, right?
And
cattle
something
gangs.
under the moonlight.
I really hope you get into some of the names of these cattle gangs because
Oh my God.
Eventually.
okay, perfect.
But
I'm
I
really
do want
curious.
I want to try that first sentence again. Now that you guys are prepared.
Oh, yeah,
You've
yeah,
had a little room to
yeah.
breathe.
Oh my God, he killed a man over a cow?
So Willy Mabel was 10 years old. So Willy Mabel was 10 years old when he first saw his father kill a man.
Oh my God, he killed somebody over a cow?
I think so.
How do you know that?
He remembers hearing a commotion
Okay.
outside of his bedroom window, and then the all too familiar sound of rifle fire.
Okay.
And so Willie, he comes outside just in time to see men fleeing on horseback.
All right.
And as the dust is kind of settling, he sees his father and his father's friends dragging a body across the front yard.
Okay. Well, first things first, he's got the opposite reaction to what I would have done had I heard gunfire.
Right.
Which is?
Get under the bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now go out
Immediately.
the front door.
No.
This kind of paints a picture, though, of how rough things were. I mean, like, this guy's 10, and he's like,
Run
I better go
towards the
towards
gun.
the gunfire.
Yeah, you said it's normal. To
Yeah,
hear the
exactly.
Something like that.
So, like, he basically sees this happen. He sees his dad dragging a body across with his dad's friends.
Well, yeah.
Well, you can imagine, like, this is traumatizing for anybody, but he's a 10-year-old. But this was the way of life for a ton of people. But keep in mind, they're pioneering Florida.
So Willie's
Like
like,
that-
you want me to get the head?
Yeah, he's like, Dad, this is kind of messed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, violence and death were just a part of this industry. And so Willie's father, Alfred, he sees the boy standing there on the porch, and he kind of takes him aside, and he tries to explain to him like what he just saw. He's trying to rationalize it to his son.
I figured Willie would help drag. I thought he was
No.
that
The kid
worn
was
in.
traumatized.
Oh, that's
And he's-
good to hear.
And he said to him, like, hey, look, these men, they work for a very bad company called the Miltons. They're called Milton Men.
Oh,
That was the name of the gang, the Milton Men.
That's
nice.
And the dad says to him, Alfred says to little Willie, he says, I know you've seen me do something awful tonight, but just know that your dad isn't as bad as a Milton Man.
Okay.
So he's trying to set the tone like,
get it.
hey,
he's trying to shift the blame.
like, well, kind of, like what I've done is bad, but the Milton Men are worse.
They had it coming.
They had, that's kind of like,
Amen.
again, kind of the mafia vibe, right? Like, it's like, you know, this family's worse than our family and so on and so
If I
forth.
didn't do this, they would have done worse to
Yeah.
us.
I feel like Wayne wants us to pick a side.
I'm on the Miltons.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay, that's fine. Here's the thing, though. Basically, this is what his dad is saying. I've done a lot of awful stuff. These guys have done worse.
Yep.
But again, like we covered earlier, when you're forced into like poverty and to make ends meet, you know, your boss says, hey, I want you to kill this guy, rough up this guy. This is kind of the way of life. Such is life. It's how it went.
Yeah.
Sadly, though, just like the modern day mafia, there was always retaliation.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, that's the way of the West.
That's the
Amen.
way of the West. So one evening, Willy Mabel left home, 10 years old, after dinner. He wants to make this like 1 mile hike down to the river to go fishing.
Okay.
It wasn't unusual for a boy his age back then. And he had a spot that he would go to away from everyone in the woods by himself. On this particular evening, something terrible happened. Willie heard screams coming up from his home. And so he drops his fishing pole. He sprints towards the edge of the woods just in time to see 3 men shoot his father,
Oh,
his mother,
oh my
and his little
gosh.
baby sister.
No.
Okay.
All right, you just ruined my night.
Yeah. Well, Cam's supporting the Milton.
I know. I
Man,
was just
am
about
right?
to say that was your team. Your team did that.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I'm
Set you up
sure
for
they
that
had a
one.
good reason.
Oh. Okay. Wow. I'm sure the Milton men have their
Sunken
their,
cost fallacy.
Their kids at home.
He's in
too.
this one.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, you got to support your family. I mean,
Here's the thing.
if that baby didn't do it, never mind.
No, my God.
What?
No. Okay. So
Yeah.
basically, after murdering his family, they set his house on fire.
That's where it was too much.
Yeah.
Not yet, but it's getting there.
and then they ride away. So our Florida man, Willy Mabel, he's 10 years old.
Golly.
He just witnessed his whole family get murdered as a retaliation to what his father did.
Okay. Yeah. It seems a little not eye for an eye.
See, the Milton men were the victims.
The Milton men, they were the guys you don't want to mess with, man. I mean, they seriously are rough dudes. And now our 10-year-old Willy Mabel, he's an orphan.
I feel like the Milton men escalated. I'm just going to take an opposite stance.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's not just that he's an orphan. They just burned his house down too. So it's not like he could even try to stay somewhere. Now he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah,
right.
Willy Mabel spends the next 4 days wandering through the woods 4 miles, terrified of seeing another grown-up. Like he's he's traumatized.
You don't know who you're run into.
Right. And at this point in time, this area in Central Florida, it's all wooded. He's he's just trying to survive. So he's going from tree to tree, bush to bush, just hiding and terrified. He just watched his entire family get murdered. So naturally he's got trust issues. After spending some days starving and alone in the forest of Central Florida, Willie spots what he believes to be a Milton man on horseback.
Oh my goodness.
What do you do, Josh?
Just go shake his hand and be like, "Hey, I hated my dad."
Oh my gosh!
Just get it over with, man.
Sister.
I would love to be
I'd love to join. Yeah.
Here's the thing: he's basically starving at this point. I mean, he's been on the run.
Yeah.
Whatever, hiding in the woods. So he jumps in the bushes, and he's basically in the fetal position, hiding, trying not to breathe.
That's what Josh would do.
Okay, yeah. That's honestly, yeah.
He's trying not to have a panic attack.
Yep.
As this rider gets closer and closer to him, and so. When the man is about 10 feet away, he actually calls out to Willy Mabel and he says, "Son, there's no reason to be afraid. My name is Bone Mazel.
No.
Oh my God.
And I'm here to help you."
Are you serious? No way.
Jesus.
The legend returns.
Is back.
Bone Mazel is back, baby.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I should have known.
Bone calls out to little Willie in the bushes. Okay. He says, I've been following you for a bit. And I just want you to know,
Willie had no idea.
I got those men that killed your mama and your daddy.
What?
And you can ride with me for as long as you like.
Get out of here.
Hand to God.
This is unreal.
And thus began the adventures of Bone Mazel and his sidekick, Willy Mabel.
Okay.
Wait, he had a sidekick now?
That's right.
Okay.
That's
right.
Okay, go ahead.
So during the time that Willie was hiding in the woods, Bone had been following him at a distance because he understood the fact that Willie was traumatized. Bone, apparently saw what went down. He kills these gangsters and he goes and follows this boy until he feels the boy is ready. And then he calls out to him, "Hey, come ride with me. You can trust me." So for the next 6 years, Willy Mabel and Bone Mazel travel all around our great state.
Those are formative years.
From adventure to adventure, rescuing damsels in distress, toppling evil cattle corporations, and occasionally capturing stray Confederates who had hefty bounties on their heads.
Wow.
Okay.
One of the stories that came out of this time period were Bone Mazel and 12-year-old Willy Mabel chasing after the Confederates who had deserted.
Wow.
Because they had bounties on their head.
Can you just take a break for a second and just if this is the first time you've heard of Bone Mazel?
I've got that one in here.
Oh, okay,
I'm going to get there.
Explain to people why we're
how many times have we touched base with Willie?
I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there too. Yeah. So basically, at this point in our story, Bone Mazel, he's this hero outlaw. He and Willie are riding around. Could you imagine being an escaped Confederate soldier? And you're on the run, and the bounty hunters who come after you are freaking Bone Mazel and a 12-year-old, a child on a horse,
8-foot tall guy with a whip.
Yeah,
and
then Willy Mabel, who just lost his whole family. He's on a warpath. I mean, he's just he's ready to go.
Mad.
Yeah.
After half a decade of traveling together.
Yeah.
Bone Mazel kind of realizes that, look, this bounty hunter adventure life, this isn't meant for Willy Mabel.
Yeah,
it's
not
meant
a good
for
influence
me. It's not. It's. I've taken care of you for as long as I can. When Willie was 16, Bone convinced him to settle down in a little town called Rockledge, Florida. Willy Mabel actually got married, had 3 kids in Rockledge.
Okay.
And he worked in the citrus industry until his death in 1956.
Wow.
What? I guess he had enough of the cattle and was like, "Hey, I'm going to fruit, my guy.
I'm done herding
The fruit
cows.
don't shoot you." You know what I mean?
Amen.
Ideally.
So Willie's great-grandkids still love telling the story about the time their great-grandfather was rescued by the legendary outlaw Bone Mazel.
That's insane.
And honestly, we love telling it too. This is the 4th time that we have covered Bone Mazel on this show because he's our hero.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing.
Well, he's everyone's hero.
And so if you're listening for the first time, okay, like, so just to give you some perspective, Bone Mazel, like, he is Florida Man.
Yeah. When was his first appearance?
So his first appearance was in episode 4.
Wow. Early
Bad to the
on.
Bone.
Yeah. Okay.
Bad
Of
to the
course.
bone. That's good.
We were pretty creative.
And that's when we cover like Bones, like this. He was born, his whole life, his legends, like what he accomplished, his death.
Yep.
It was said that he could whip a fly off the back of a cow's butt without the cow even realizing.
Amen.
That was like his go-to. So if you see the actual term Florida cracker was termed off of Bone Mazel.
The whips.
The whips, right. And then Remington, the famous artist, when he painted the Remington Cowboy, that was Bone Mazel.
Bone Mazel,
So if you Google that, that's Bone Mazel. Like he was the image of the, the stereotypical cowboy. We covered him again in episode 78. Nice. That episode was called More Bad to the Bone.
Okay, well, less creative.
Less creative as we went on. But then in episode 108, called The Christmas Captives, we covered Bone Mazel, and he rescues an entire town on Christmas Eve.
At the end of the episode.
Incredible.
It's absolutely incredible.
End,
So heartwarming. So this guy is legendary. He traveled all around Florida in the late 1800s, doing everything from bounty hunting to just saving entire towns. Basically a superhero. And tonight he has made another appearance.
Wow.
Once again, rescuing little Willy Mabel.
Well, he avenged them.
And avenged them, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so cool about Bone is that, like, in previous episodes, we kind of covered the fact that, like, he doesn't just show up like Clint Eastwood and smoke everybody. But when folks have done something worth getting smoked for,
they get smoked.
They get smoked by Bone Mazel, man. So listen, what a time to be alive.
Wow. I think we even also helped a ska band name their they were looking for a name, and we're like, it's Trombone Mazel.
Oh, we did do that.
Right.
I remember that.
Yep.
Guys,
were
absolutely legendary.
Ska, I think it was.
Now,
great.
At the end of this episode, I wanted to say we have a special sponsor, and so I just wanted to go ahead and plug our sponsor.
Yes.
And that sponsor is Buy Me Some Cheetos.
Buy me some Cheetos.
That's not a sponsor.
Are you sure?
Josh.
If the company Cheetos, which I think is under probably Frito-Lay's, would like to sponsor us.
He always names parent companies.
Josh,
you can't say company.
Josh reached out to Cameron's mother.
Well, I reached out.
Why is this happening right now?
I just want some dirt, some juice. Because I knew you were going to go hard on me.
You're coming from Bone Mazel into
Cheetos.
A conversation with my mother.
So I talked to her and I'm like, give me some dirt. Give me something.
Right.
Yeah.
And she said, anytime I would get on the landline with one of my relatives.
That's a long time ago.
Cameron would pick up the other phone and whisper, buy me some Cheetos.
Listen, I was a prankster.
Yeah. She said he was a foodie from day one.
So we wanted to just gift you with something, my guy.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Right here.
You had Cheetos behind the couch this whole time?
Right there for you, my guy. In a celebration.
These are crunchy.
Is it Frito-Lay?
Of our 4th Bone Mazel episode. Crunchy Cheetos.
Be, yep. Frito-Lay.
They're not spicy because you're sensitive tummy, but we wanted you to have those.
Thank you.
And they're not puffs because you're a real man like
you are very strong. FMOFM.com.
No, but really quick about that.
Yeah.
My mom tells this story every Christmas.
Yeah.
Like
really?
every Christmas, like every get together with family. She's like, you remember when Cameron used to say, and I guess I did it to everybody because everybody knows about it.
I just picture you like kind of snickering behind the door, like, I'm going to get them.
I did get them too.
Your mom said for one Christmas people got you Cheetos.
Yeah.
That's why they called you Cheeto Boy.
That's it. Yeah.
Don't make stuff up at the end of this episode.
FMOFM podcast is where you can find us on Twitter, Instagram. Listen, next time your mom's on the landline, the next time your mom's on the phone, pick up the landline and just say, have you heard of Florida Man on Florida Man?
And for the next hour, I'm going to be eating Cheetos.
Come on, some ASMR.
Wow. Mukbang challenge.
Yeah, for all you perverts out there who want to hear Cameron eat Cheetos on the mic. Listen, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Patreon. Brand new studio. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.